Hi guys, how are you doing? It's Alyssa from Planet Alyssa. I'm having kind of a frustrating morning because it seems that everything I try to do, I run into some problem. My internet is down right now, so there were things I was going to do this morning that involved the use of the internet, so I am not doing them. But instead, I figured, hey, I will make a thrift store haul video. I went out shopping yesterday. I actually hit 3 different thrift stores that are on my regular run, I guess, as well as some other retail stores to, well, buy some stuff for me and also buy some stuff to ship off to Amazon. But I'm going to show you what I bought at the thrift stores. Like I said, I went to 3 stores. One is like a national chain, Salvation Army. The other 2 are like local chain stores, so they're larger stores. And it's kind of good to see the different items that I picked up at the stores. I picked up a lot of books yesterday. That just happened to be what they had. That was worth it to me. But it also shows like the different pricing schemes at different stores. And like I complain about the Salvation Army. I think I've definitely complained about it in a past video. But of the books I picked up yesterday, probably they had the most reasonable prices on books. But yeah, it also shows that you can't really go into a store thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a certain thing because that's what I normally get there. Because you never know with thrift stores what you're gonna find, and that's part of the fun, but part of the challenge too. Okay, so I spent a total of $96.33 at all 3 stores. So I will show you the stuff from each of the stores. So the first store I went to is one of those local chains. I mean, they have like maybe 5 or 6 locations, I think, or maybe not even that many. Maybe it's like 3 or 4. But anyway, I know I've been to at least 3 of the locations that they have, but maybe all the locations they have. I'm not sure. I feel like there's at least one more. But anyway, I will show you the different stuff I picked up there. I went there thinking I might get some games, like some new sealed games or puzzles, because I've definitely picked those up before, and no, did not find that. There was one new sealed game there, and they wanted like $10 for it, I think, and it's going for me like $12 on Amazon, so yeah, I didn't buy that. But I will show you what I did buy. Okay, now at this store I spent a total of $31.31, and I will show you what I picked up for that. I picked up some vintage sewing kits. These are pillow kits. I like this one the best. It had like the bird design on it there. This one's a little bit more boring with, I guess that's wheat. But they're vintage, they're new and sealed. They come with the fabric, a zipper, and yarn, and even like a pre-made border to go on the pillow there, the tassels there in the end. Each of these were $3.93 a piece. They have weird pricing scheme at this store. So yeah, $3.93. They do have sales each day, and I think, I don't know, it's my theory that they price stuff with the sales in mind, because sometimes stuff is priced so high you're like, no one would ever buy it for that much. Yesterday's sale happened to be, they usually have color tag sales, so kind of like a Salvation Army, or I think maybe Goodwill does that too, but so the color yesterday that was on sale was red, and the sale yesterday was buy one, get one free on red tags. So I got 2 books that were red tags, so one of them was free. But I didn't find any other red tag things. This is something I bought to go up to Amazon. It actually counts as oversized because it is kind of big. It's like a, not a memo, well, it's called a memo board, but you know, to hold like photos and things like that. Football shape, so nice for like, you know, maybe a boy who's into sports and wants to decorate his room. This was really cheap. This was 90 cents. But that's what I mean about the pricing. Like, it's all over the map. You know, they want $10 for a game, and that, which was actually worth more on Amazon, is going for 90 cents. So go figure. And some books. I think maybe I definitely did get some other stuff. 1,000 artist journal pages. Kind of cool book. A lot of artwork in there. I don't know, it was originally, the original price was $25 on this. I paid $3.93 for it. Again, the weird pricing. But yeah, it will go off to Amazon and I'll make some money on it. This was one of the red tag ones. So this was actually the one I got for free because it was the lesser price one. It's $2.92. Blue Moon over Thurman Street. Ursula K. Le Guin, I guess, wrote the words, and Roger Doorband was the photographer. I have actually sold this book before, years and years ago on Amazon. Like one of the the earliest books I sold, maybe one of the first 100 books I sold on Amazon like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. It's not a huge money maker, but I'll make money on it. And that one was the freebie one. This is the other red tag one. Now this one was $6.96. Basics of Anesthesia. So a textbook. We'll make money on that on Amazon. Okay. So another book that I picked up, Art Past, Art Present, another $6.96 one. Yeah, another art book. This one more information based, and that will go off to Amazon. And they do this at the store. They will bag things up. I know the Salvation Army does this sometimes. Maybe Goodwill does too. When they have like lesser priced things, they'll put them all in the bag. I'm not crazy about this because you can't really see totally what you're getting. This is a bag of vintage handkerchiefs, and I will open it up with you here to see what we have because I'm kind of curious as to what's in here. But this bag was $2.92 for the bag, so it's a good deal, I guess, provided they're in decent condition. They kind of look like they were from what I could see. I usually sell handkerchiefs for about $6, vintage handkerchiefs for about $6 a piece on Etsy, so yeah, hopefully there's some in here that are worthwhile. It's hard to see here. Well, this is actually a scarf, not even a handkerchief. It's got a stain on it. It's got a couple of stains on it, looks like, and it's not really interesting, so I don't even know if I'm going to list that. I might just donate that somewhere. This I kind of like because the polka dots, it's kind of cool. It is a scarf, I guess, a long kind of scarf. I guess like a tie type scarf. That's kind of cool. That's kind of funky. I will probably sell that on Amazon. I'm just looking for stains here. At a quick glance, I don't see any. So I just said Amazon. I meant Etsy. I'm going to sell it on Etsy. This one's a blue one that's embroidered. It's got like an embroidered design on it in white there. That's kind of cool. This one looks like it could maybe go through a washing machine. It doesn't look like it's got stains, but it's dirty. But yeah, that should probably go on Etsy. Now this one, it's got stains on it. It's dirty and it's just that. That's just gonna get thrown out, I think. This is another thing that looks like a scarf here. Yeah, not that exciting. All kind of discolored, so nah. And this also looks like a scarf. It's got a lot of holes and stuff in it, so also not really a great thing. Well, this is pretty cool. It does have some stains on it, but it's a happy birthday handkerchief with some wiener dogs there. Pretty cool, pretty funky vintage design. It has a signature. I'll have to look at that more. Looks like maybe it's Walcher, something like that. But yeah, even with the stains, I think I might be able to sell this on Etsy because it is so cool. This looks like just a plain, boring blue one here, so there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not that exciting. And again, here's a plain, boring white one. And there's a little bit of dirt on there too, so meh. Here's another one of those blue ones with the white embroidery, so maybe I'll sell that as a set with the other one if I can clean them up a little bit. This one looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like this one. It's got some deer on it in aqua and orange there. Almost looks like Miami Dolphins colors, but pretty cool handkerchief. There's a few little dirt marks, but yeah, I think I'll be able to sell that one on Etsy. And these are just a couple of boring white ones that I will probably get rid of. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. There's at least a few in there that are worthwhile, so it's worth the $2.92. Okay, that is everything that I got at the first store. So I'm going to show you the stuff from the second store next. So the second store that I went to is also a chain, a local chain. I'm not sure how many locations they have. I've only ever gone to 2 of the locations, and the one I only went to one time, it's not really near me. This is the only one that's actually close to me. The rest are like further south, further closer to Philadelphia. So not really convenient to me. But I spent $46.26 in this store. Bought a strange little assortment of stuff, and I will show that to you. I did get a lot of books at this store too. Just happened to be, they had some books. This one was $2.50. It's a quilting book, The Perfect Stitch. Quilting books, a lot of them tend not to be, especially when they're really specific like this, they probably weren't sold in, you know, traditional bookstores, maybe in a quilting store. This one happened to have been sold, I can see the sticker underneath the $2.50 thrift store tag, that it was sold at the Smithsonian Museum shop. So, you know, not something you're finding everywhere you go. This one is Nature's Patterns, also a quilting book. These were in nice condition, by the way. Here's one. This one was $1.25. I don't know what's with the weird pricing, but period furniture project. So woodworking, but very specific woodworking. This store, by the way, and also the one I went to before this, they're both Christian, fun Christian charities. So they do tend to get quite a few, you know, different Christian merchandise. Plus, I'm in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of, like, you know, weird little religious sects around here. So, but anyway. So there are some Christian ones. Actually, I'm not even sure if this one's a Christian one. This is actually a Philadelphia Inquirer columnist, Voices of Conflict, Voices of Healing, but sort of local kind of thing, so not an everywhere thing. These three, though, are all Christian. All Things Are Possible. Oh, that book, how much was that book? That book was $1.25 too. This one was $1. All Things Are Possible. This one was 75 cents. Suddenly No More Time. I don't know where they come up with the pricing. It just seems kind of random. This one is also a Christian one. It was $1. Chase the Lion. And this one looks to be like a business one, Profiting from Uncertainty. And this one is $3. I don't know why. Maybe because it's hardcover and it has a dust jacket. Who knows? There's also technically a book. I don't know if you can see, it's new and sealed in plastic seal. Plastic still. I won't try to read the French part, but basically it's a birthday calendar featuring illustrations and probably quotes from The Little Prince. So it's a book that you would write in to keep track of the birthdays of the people that you know. It was $3. It was published in 1998, so not too old, but also it's been around a few years. This is a funny thing. I looked it up on Amazon. And it's one of those items where there's one person that has a new one in stock and they're trying to sell it for a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know if it's repricing software that's gone haywire or if they really think that someone's going to pay like $1,000 for this, but that's what they have it listed at. I don't like to undercut prices, but I also like to make money and no one's going to pay $1,000 for this book, so I will price it less than that. This is kind of I'm not even sure what it is. It was $1.50. It is from Current, it's vintage, it will be going to Etsy. It's hard to see, but they are like paper, it's all paper, and there's a fire truck. I'm not sure what other trucks are here. These look like decals that go on the trucks, so I'm guessing just by the jet fuel thing that there's probably like a tanker truck. I don't know what, Rainbow Construction, maybe a bulldozer or something. And so I think it's designed for, you know, kids to like put them together and have like paper toy trucks. But yeah, I've always done well with like Current card stuff. Current I don't think is around anymore, but back in the 1980s they were a big catalog company and you could buy cards and wrapping paper and apparently paper trucks that you could put together. Yeah, I keep thinking I'm done with the books, and then there's another book. This one is kind of morbid. I'm Going to Die. It is actually a journal. A hospital is no place to be sick. What's probably killing me today. That's how each page starts, each journal page. So I guess a bit morbid, but dark humor, I guess. It was $1.50. It's never been used. There are some scuff marks on the cover, and there's a spot here where the label on the back has been torn. It looks like a price was crossed out there, the original price. I'm gonna sell it on Amazon as probably like used like new, and just explain the condition notes there. Cassette tape kit has like a booklet that comes with it and a tape. It's all about states and capitals, so for kids to learn them, I guess. It was $2 for this set. It's new, it's sealed. It will go to Amazon. There's a listing for it on Amazon, and I don't think anyone was currently selling it. Then a sealed CD, Baby Signing Time. Is it a CD? I guess, yeah, it's songs to sing, but I guess learning sign language. So I don't know if there's a booklet that shows you the sign language with it there. Their CDs are $2. I think all of them, whether they're new or opened ones. And another book. There's just books everywhere. This one was $2. Hopeful Journeys, German Immigration, Settlement, and Political Culture, so kind of specific topic, which if you watch some of my other videos, you know I like that kind of thing. It's also published by University of Pennsylvania Press. I like the University Press books because they're not too common. Got a couple of new sealed DVDs. Hip Hop Abs. They're both, I guess, part of the Hip Hop Abs series. This one is Last Minute Abs, and this one is Hips, Buns, and Thighs. They were $2 a piece, and they will go off to Amazon. Also got some vintage sewing patterns. Their sewing patterns at the store are 25 cents a piece. Now the store that I went to before, where I showed you the stuff from, they also have sewing patterns. They charge, I think, $1.91 a piece for their sewing patterns. So it's just a huge difference, and just depends on the store, I guess. This one's a little girl dress pattern. Probably looks like 1970s on that. This one looks like it's probably like late 60s. Ladies dress pattern. Looks like a pretty simple pattern. These are nice. These are a little bit older. And this is a ladies like suit pattern, I guess. And also a suit pattern that's older. So these will all go on in my Etsy store. Well, this is actually for me. It's just a zipper. It's 50 cents. I always buy them when I see them because they're a lot cheaper than buying them from like Joann Fabrics or whatever when you want to sew. I also bought these, I think, for me. Although I might even sell these. I could sell them on Etsy. They're older. But they're like knit collars to use with a shirt or a dress or whatever that you're making. They were 50 cents a piece. This is kind of cool. It is a vintage item. It is a birthday train candle holder. I'll have to take it out here so you can actually see it. This one it's a plastic set. I've sold one before that was wooden and really cool, a little bit older than this set. But look, you know, there's like even a zoo car there with a tiger in it. There's another zoo car there with, I don't know what that is. An ape, maybe? Oh yeah, they're all different zoo cars. Look at that. That one's got a polar bear, this one's got a lion, and there should be one more. What's in there? And there's our engine there. These all have holes in the top where you can put candles, birthday candles. It does not have the original birthday candles with it, which means it has been used, but it's in nice shape. Pretty funky vintage thing. You don't see stuff like this anymore. So I will sell it on Etsy. I paid $1 for it, and I can definitely sell it for more than that. Some more Etsy stuff. This is kind of cool. This is an old address book type thing. The wood grain, the letters, you know, you slide it to the C's, and then you pop that open, and it pops open to your C's right there. Never been used. It's just plastic. I don't know if there's a brand name on here. There is not. So nice condition. You can. There's even a notch where you could hang it on a wall, or you could keep it on your desk. Did I say how much this was? This was $1.50. So yeah, that's a good deal. This is a paperweight, small one. I think it's actually resin, not glass. It does not feel like glass. It is $2. I don't know if you can see. It's got like flowers in there. Nothing too exciting, but I should be able to sell that on Etsy. Yeah, this is a milk glass chicken egg dish. I have sold some like this before. It doesn't have chips. Some of the paint is worn off. This was probably a little bit more than I would normally spend on something like this. It was $5, but I think I'll probably be able to sell it for at least $15, maybe $20. You know, it's kind of cool. Again, it's something they don't really make anymore, so that adds to its value. This is like a little, it's like a Cocker Spaniel. It's a wall plaque, if you're wondering. It's got a hook on the back, and it's made of like a resin type material, kind of see-through. He looks like such a sad puppy dog. My dog just sighed when I said that. But yeah, it's funky and vintage. It was $3, and I think I should be able to sell that on Etsy. Okay, and finally, the last store I went to was the Salvation Army store that I've complained about before because of their prices, but their media items tend to be pretty reasonably priced, and that's, I think, all I bought there yesterday. I did look through the store and just didn't find anything else. Their regular pricing on books is that they charge 90% off whatever the list price is on the book, and then if there isn't a list price, I don't even know how they determine. I think maybe it's like $1.99 or $1 or something like that. So I'll try to see if I can tell you what the different prices were. I'm gonna have to look at my receipt to actually see. So I spent a total of $18.76 at the Salvation Army. Yeah, I don't even know how their pricing scheme works. Basically, everything was $1.99 except for one was 79 cents and one was 99 cents. So I'm not sure if I'm even gonna be able to figure out what was what. I bought a bunch of DVDs. I guess these were all $1.99. I bought 2 of these. They're both new. They're both sealed. They didn't have a barcode on the back. And when I tried to really look them up real quickly on Amazon, I wasn't bringing up this particular one. It's very specific. It's a dog grooming thing, grooming your golden. I don't have a golden retriever, but some people do. Anyway, it's a very specific topic on grooming golden retrievers, so I figure, hey, might be able to sell that. This one is a 3 DVD set, Kettle Works, and then there's the 6-week body transformation, fast fun 10-minute workouts, and fast fun 10-minute workouts. There's 2 of those. One is fast abs and one is fast fat burn. So anyway, it's a new sealed set of the 3. Again, that's another one. There was no barcode, so I couldn't scan it, and I was finding other Kettle Works DVDs when I looked it up on my phone, but I couldn't find that particular set, so I will have to look more to see if it's there or if I'll have to add it and create a listing for it. This is just a new sealed Elvis Girls DVD. This is a book and compact disc, new and sealed, Child's Gift of Lullabies. This is another one. It's got a barcode, but that's not the normal barcode for it. It's a 2 CD set of the Beach Boys. And it has 50 years of hits, and then That's Why God Made the Radio, which I think is like a newer CD. But anyway, they're both sealed. So again, I couldn't find this particular set of 2. I think I did actually. Actually, I think I did when I was looking it up on Amazon, and I don't think anyone had one listed, so that's always good. This is actually a CD-ROM of 5th grade math, new and sealed. This is a book that I actually bought for me, and I actually have to check my bookshelf because it's possible I've read this book. I was reading the flap and I wasn't sure. It's in a series of books by Jack McDevitt, who I like, and anyway, he has these whole series of books, and Coming Home, I don't think I've read it, but I might have, so I'll have to look. I know I don't have it in hardcover. I have a paperback if I have it. And finally, I bought a set of 3 books. And this was, it's a Disney Hyperion set of a Rick Riordan set, right? Is it Rick Riordan? Yeah, the Kane Chronicles. Like middle grade, maybe lower YA type books. Anyway, it's a box set. It's used, but it's still in decent condition, and the box set was going for a decent amount of money on Amazon, so I will sell it there. That is everything I got at the 3 thrift stores I went to yesterday. So yeah, a lot of books and media items, a few vintage items. That's what I found. And you just never know what you're gonna find when you go out there. I mean, I don't really shop for clothes. All the stores I went to do carry clothes. So, you know, if you were like a clothes person and you were buying clothes to sell, you might find a whole lot of scores. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I picked up. And I will try it as usual, as I've started doing, to make a follow-up video maybe about 2 months hence, showing what has sold and what they sold for. I think I tried to give you the prices on everything, except for the Salvation Army stuff where we're just going to assume everything costs $1.99. I don't know. It's very hard to tell with their weird pricing scheme, but yeah. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Yeah, I will be back again on Friday with my What I Sold on Etsy video, and maybe one of these days I'll actually be able to upload this because my internet is working. But yeah, okay, take care everyone.